I'll try to make it as short as possible because it's quite a long history and stuff like that. So I'll be very patient. I grew up in a Christian household. We prayed together. I went to a preschool that was Catholic and a Christian primary school, and it was only from high school upwards I went to like a secular high school and secular university. So I knew about God. I've heard about Him, but I just never had a relationship with Him. That was the difference. So, coming to university, there's a reason why. One thing that I love about Youth for Ash is the fact that they prep their children to go into the real world about God and Christianity, because it's so important to know Him at this level of your life, at this point of your life. So one day when you go out to the secular world, you see these things and you're like, no, this isn't how I was taught over here. This isn't what my parents taught me over here. So, yes, I went to 2019, I started my first year at university. The first 6 months was okay, it was a lot of fun. I studied, I had fun, it was great. And then around July, things went a bit downhill. So, long story short, I was hearing voices in my head. I don't know how it started, it just was very like, one day I started hearing voices in my head. And it started escalating to be more and more and more until October 10th, I went missing. So I go to University of Johannesburg, by the way. So my university, I was at my other campus, and I started with early hours in the morning. From the 10th of October, the hour early hours in the 11th of October, I was just walking, and believe me, it was. Looking back now, it was horrific, because a young woman at that age, walking that late at night in a Marlborough area, that's very, very, very dangerous. But then an angel of God must be watching over me, because nothing happened, surprisingly. I was literally left alone. So from October 10th, October 11th, October 12th, October 13th, and then they found me on Sunday evening afternoon of October 13th. So for 3 days, I was missing, where people were searching for me, and my face was all over social media, Instagram, Facebook. Even till today, you Google my name, my missing photos is still there, unfortunately. But like I said, it's part of my past, so I have to deal with it. And miraculously, Sunday, October 13th, they found me in a horrific state. How to describe it is the fact that I knew deep inside I was still there, but then physically it was like a force that was bigger than me was controlling me in a way. So when they found me, I was just in a state where like I was not recognizing my family members. I was just screaming and shouting, and it was horrific. And by God's grace, they took me to the police station. The police notified people like, okay, the girl has been found. There's literally nothing wrong with her. Other than mental state, she's still alive. And this is the testimony number one, because the police even told my parents that most missing cases like this, they found it dead. So the fact that you literally went missing for these 3 days and nothing was done to you, no one raped you, no one touched you whatsoever, that's when you work on this phone. They literally told my parents, like, do you pray? Because this is not normal. So that was really by God. Then I went to Hillbrook Clinic to get testing done. The police required for that for me to do that, because I was on the street for 3 days, so they wanted to know, okay, does she have TB or HIV or is she pregnant or anything? They literally all sort of test injections, meaning everything. And it was negative, I was fine clean. And after I went to the Park Hospital, where they tried to treat me there, but they didn't have a psychiatric ward, unfortunately. So I had to move from Park Hospital to Rand Clinic, where I resided for 3 weeks in a mental institution. I spent 3 weeks in the mental hospital, yes, and believe me, it was what I needed. Like, I believed in the power of prayer, 110%, but that was a place where I got the medical help that I needed. there's nothing wrong with taking medication, also with praying at the same time, because you do need doctors. Those doctors are paid for. So yes, that was a recovery process where the first week I was in like ICU, like where I was isolated from everyone else because it was that bad. My doctor, let me tell you, is not a Christian. He is from a contrary religion actually. Went to my parents and said, listen, I may be a medical doctor and I'm able to help her medically, but I've never seen a situation like this. She needs prayers. If a non-Christian doctor says she needs prayers, that's when you know, okay, this is actually a serious situation. So yes, I spent the first week in ICU, and then the second week onwards, we moved with the other patients. And over there, I learned many different types of people, you know, and we even had to do group therapy, and we had to go outside in a little garden, and it really managed to calm me down. And I took 12 pills a day, 12 little medications every single day. Because without it, believe me, I would have will not survive. So through prayers and hard work, also taking medication really helped. And the second miracle happened where my doctor has an assistant. Her name's Angel, and believe me, it suits her. She's such an angel. She's a Christian lady actually, and she came into my room, my little station. My father was, I'm not sure if you were there, Teresa. No, you're not there. Okay. So she came to me and she touched my shoulder and said, may I pray for you? And I was just like, oh, okay, sure. Then she gave me a hug and just started praying and praying and praying and praying. And when she released me, that was the first time I recognized my father and said, oh, that's my dad. And they were not surprised, but they were like, what? That's the power of praise really work. And from that moment onwards, we prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed. And this is the reason why I even know this ministry, because Pastor Alex came to my hospital every day. Every single day, he made sure that I got prayed for her, and that was okay. And he's just trying to just be the support, the prayer support that we needed. And by God's grace, in the third week of, I think early November, yes, by God's grace, I managed to get released. And I thought that was the beginning, that was the end of something, that was just only the beginning. Because my family was trying to shield me from what was happening from the outside. Because people were talking, unfortunately. You know, like you were on Facebook, you were on Instagram, you were like on any social media. So of course they would start talking. So it was really peaceful. You know, I didn't really know much about like what was going on. They were trying to shield me from everything. And until a month later, around December, we had this small family meeting, and that's when I knew, whoa, things are actually a lot worse than I thought. There were rather like rumors going on about, oh no, she ran away with her boyfriend, or oh no, she was part of a cultism, or oh no, she's part of a witchcraft cult, and like, it was hearing those things, I knew like, okay, this is bad. And then we started having counseling sessions every Tuesday and Thursday with Pastor Alex. Mind you, he's persistent. My father here, Pastor Alex, is very persistent because he made sure, for since December, January, and early February, for like 3 months, we sat down and tried to figure out what was happening. And that was the first time I ever understood that this world is a lot more spiritual than I thought. That means I lived in a really carnal world. I was very naive about the world. Then in 2020, like I was like, okay, no, this is serious. And like I said, it got worse. I went back to school, back to UJ, and I was isolated. You know, I lost all my friends. So I thought it would be quite understanding to think like, listen, I've just been through like one of the worst things of my life, and there were like 6 of us, 6 or 7 of us, and all of them just left. So I was alone at school, and on top of that, one time I went to class and we went through a group of projects, and this is before COVID, we had to physically go look for friends to ask to be my group. I remember sitting there, I asked this one girl, which might be part of my group partner. She looked at me and she was like, aren't you the girl that went missing? And just started laughing on my face. that was like a hard reality. I'm like, okay, my life has changed forever. So then COVID happened where we were all forced to isolate. I remember that was when I knew God, because people outside deserted me. So I was actually forced to sit down and be like, okay, Lord, what do I do? And He revealed to me the reason why He pushed those friends away from me is because for me to get to know Him. Just one of us, just the two of us. It was beautiful. I started learning how to read the Bible. I started learning how to pray. I started fasting on my own. And by God's grace, that was a very beautiful, beautiful, beautiful moment. And I learned what Christianity was about. Then 2021 was a bit of a, because I was slowly moving away from God, because I'm like, okay, no, I need to focus on school. I'm not focusing on school, but then you need to spend at least like some time with God. For me, there was literally like no time with God at all. That was how bad it was. So, and in 2022 went even worse. December was a lot. I won't lie to you, December last year I almost did not make it, because it was just so stressful. Like, I had to do this, I had to do that, I had to do this and that. I almost broke down. Actually, I did break down. And but I knew the enemy was trying to do this because I was so close. Because January 19th this year, I'll never forget that date, the doctor declared that, okay, since you've been taking all these medications, and I would like to do like a trial run to see how you'll cope without medication. So I knew this was a last stretch. From January 19th till May the 4th, 5 months, I was off medication. And it has been great. I just knew like, okay, I need to do the very best that I can to take care of my health, take care of myself, to make sure that I'm okay. And on the day before, the Wednesday, May the 3rd, we had like a healing service, the most ironic thing ever. So I remember just sitting down there, I'm like, Lord, the one thing that I've always desired is for me to be declaring no more medication. So I prayed and prayed and prayed, and I took out whatever little money that I had, put it in an envelope, and laid on the altar over here, and I asked Pastor Alex, please anoint me and pray for me. And he did that. And Thursday the 4th, the reason I'm crying is because like this is something I've always been longing for. Thursday the 4th of May, on the day I was supposed to go to my doctor's appointment, I was just looking around the place that everything began, the psychiatric ward. And I was like, wait, I remember this. I spoke to God in the beginning, just walking around and wondering, like, when am I going home? Just I remember walking to the doctor's office and like, Lord, please do something for me. I don't want to come back here ever again. And He answered my prayers. We're just and the doctor asked routine questions like, are you okay? Do you have racy thoughts? Do you have all these things? And I'm like, no, I'm fine. He was like, okay, that's it, you're done. You don't have to come back here anymore. And I was just so happy. In shock. I got out of the office and my mother and mom went in to pray. We sat down outside of the reception, we just started praying and thanking God. I was just crying because I knew I wanted this so bad. Like, guys, this issue is a lifelong issue. So medically speaking, this will be added bipolar disorder, where like you take medication for the rest of your life. I didn't want that. I didn't want that at all. I didn't want to be like a potato for the rest of my life taking medication. Like, I did not want that. Like 12 pills a day. Like, it's not easy at all. And I knew like I had to fight for this. The one area in my life where I knew I wanted to get healed is this. So I thank God the fact that He answered my prayers, and I'm standing here wearing high heels. I couldn't even stand for so long. It was that bad. I had to sit down majority of the time because I'm like, okay, my feet are sore, or you know, I can see progress little by little. So all glory has to go to God, and I know 3.5 years is actually a short amount of time when they told me, no, there was short-term illness or long-term illness, then I knew in my heart, I'm like, this is surely short-term, but just in case I asked them, what is this? He's like, no, it's for life, it's forever, like it's a long-term illness and you'll never get healed. I was so shocked, I'm like, God, no ways. I refuse, this is not my case, it's not my portion, so it is possible. 3.5 years later, I'm all medication forever, guys, no. So that's the end of my testimony. It was quite heavy, a lot of tears were shed and quite emotional, but I'm so thankful to God that I was brave enough to tell my story. For the longest of time, I was so ashamed of what happened to me in the past, but gradually for the past 3.5 years, He has been restoring me. And trust me, have faith in the fact that He'll restore you too. Whatever situation that you're in, nothing is impossible for God. Believe me, trust me, I'm a living testimony. I can testify that. So yes, this is the end of my first video, and thank you for watching, and may God bless you all. And yeah, cheerios.